Hey everybody, it's New Comic Book Day again. Welcome to Two Comic Book Dudes. This is our New Comic Book Day Spectacular number 6.
Number
Um,
six. Wait.
yeah,
Oh,
so
dang it. We made
um,
it.
so yeah, 6 of these already. It's hard to believe 5 are done, and I think 5. We've had about 5 views on each one, so it's really
It's been
good.
awesome. It's been awesome. Yeah. What you got to do? You got to start. You got to keep going.
Yep, we're pushing. So we've had some delays this last week with some things going on with me at work and just busyness. So we've had
Me too.
our Just Another Xenoscope Monday didn't get done. Thursday Valiant Effort didn't get done, but we will be catching those up this week. So Thursday's Valiant Effort will be done tomorrow to catch up everything for the last 2 weeks plus this week's books. And then we'll do Just Another Xenoscope Monday coming up Monday for the last 2 weeks worth of books. So
Yeah.
that should be something for you to look forward to. And, be sure to check out comicbook.com for all the cool stuff that we put up, regular articles, reviews, commentary on all kinds of, cultural things, movie stuff, TV stuff, comic book stuff, just about anything that's going on in the industry or in the world.
Yep.
Um, we've got an article going up, I think, tonight on the Superman controversy,
Yep.
Superman
That
fighting
was.
back against the cops. So that's, I haven't read
It's.
it, but
It's ready to go.
okay. So, and then I'll be writing one, counterpoint to that, talking about Disney movies and how Disney movies' lack of solid family structure has contributed to the deterioration of society. So, should be interesting.
All right. Yeah. I'm
Maybe,
pumped.
maybe it'll just be about Simba and how whiny he is. I don't know. We'll see.
Woo.
So every week, okay. Before we get into that, I'm Aaron Clutter, editor in chief of Comic Booked.
I'm Justin, managing editor over at Comic Book.
And every week we get together and we talk about the comics we got at our local comic shops. So we both have, I have a poll. You have a poll, or do you just go in and with your little list?
I just go in the list
Okay.
and hope for the
So,
best.
so I have, my shop does a poll, which is really nice. And then you basically commit to buy those books every week. And by doing that, you get a discount, which is pretty nice. So I go in, and initially I tell them I'd like this on my pull. It's more like I want this, and this. And every week I come in and they give me a stack of books and I give them a stack of money. So, but it's nice
Yep.
because they do offer a discount because they know that they're selling those books. So, some shops do that, some shops don't. If yours doesn't, ask them, hey, I'm buying these books every week. I'd be happy to commit to these specific titles every week, and maybe you can offer me a 10% discount. So it's not unreasonable, um, right, Justin?
Whatever.
I know. Well, it's hard. I mean, everybody's out to make money, and if they're selling books regardless, then maybe they're not as willing to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Doesn't seem like my shop has any trouble with that. So.
yeah, yep.
They're whatever. They've been around forever, though. So.
Yeah. So then they have their own ideas about how things should go. So,
Yeah.
but this week there were a ton of books out, and we're going to go through publisher by publisher, talk about the titles we picked up, some back issues we picked up this week too, and just kind of talk about each book and what we're excited about and what we're maybe not so excited about, and hopefully get you excited about going out and picking out your books if you haven't got them yet this week. So,
Yes.
all right. Well, do you want to start with DC? You said you had 3 books, right?
I think I have 4. I don't know. Or did you want
Okay.
me to do the
Oh,
one
yeah.
book first?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just do this one. I actually picked up Grim Fairy Tales 113, and it's
It's very cool.
War is Over. So we will be reviewing this soon on the show.
Yep.
Another Xenoscope Monday. But I had to get this cover. It's just a beautiful cover. That's crazy.
That is really cool. Yep. Yeah, that was one. In the last issue, they kind of foreshadowed her in a little flash. So we don't know who she is yet, but looks kind of cool. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
This is cover C. This is the only cover left when I got to the comic book store, so I had to get it. I was like, okay,
Cool.
that's mine.
Yep. And the big thing is, that's that series jumped ahead a year last year, and so we're done with our first school year. at Arcane Acres. It's been a pretty good series, and
Yeah.
so now we're starting the second year. There's a lot of stuff happened last year. We had a major character die, had just a lot of upheaval at the school and attack and all kinds of stuff going on. And now there's a new villain out there, Bloody Bones, and we'll talk about him on just another Xenoscope Monday. He's the big bad guy, for the next season here. So it's cool
Hmm.
the way they kind of run their books in seasons like that. So it's pretty interesting. But yeah, good stuff. And I'll tell you, Xenoscope's got some great series. If you like Robin Hood, the Robin Hood ongoing series is really, really awesome.
Yep.
Um, I'm not reading anything from them that I don't like, and I'm reading everything. So I don't know. I mean, of the ones we've done in the last few months, have you not liked anything?
There's only one of their titles that I'm just not really interested in, but I like
Oh,
everything else they do.
well, and the one you're not interested in is the one that sells the best at my shop.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure, but
Yeah.
no, it's
Well,
not my favorite.
right. And we're talking about Charmed. And
Yeah.
if you weren't into the show, it's just, it's like, oh, okay. But if you're into the show, or if you have an idea about the show and you're interested in that kind of stuff, this Charmed season 10 is continuing the story of the Hallowell sisters. And I think it's pretty good. It's well written. The story is interesting.
No,
Um,
it is. It's just
yeah. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing.
it's
Yeah.
just not my thing.
Yeah.
That's it. But I like all their other stuff. So
Yeah. Well, and the nice thing is you don't like it because you don't not like it because it's not well written. You don't not like it because the artwork. You just don't like it because it's not your
right,
kind of story. So
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
and that's good. I mean, some of the stuff, I I picked up a book from IDW a month or so ago, and it was like I read that first issue, and I'm like, this is stupid. I'm dropping this book. Or DC. I mean,
Yeah.
Constantine. I read that first issue of Constantine. It's like, ugh, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
You know.
You're not gonna like everything every publisher puts out for the most part.
No, no. Most of
For
the
the most
time, I only read what I like. I mean, a lot of times I'll pick something up because that first issue I want to see what it's like.
hmm
But yeah, so
That's why there's so many books.
yeah, yep. So
Okay.
well, you got one. So let me jump into some of the back issues I got for DC.
Okay.
So I've had this list of books that I've been trying to fill for the last month or so, and right now, one of the big ones, and I've loved this series since it started, and this is the fourth year now, and this is Injustice: Gods Among Us. So they're kicking into year 4. I picked up 1, 2, and 3 this week because those were the ones I was missing for this season. It's really been a cool series. It started out in season 1, playing along with the video game, and basically it's a world where Joker wired up Lois Lane to this nuclear bomb, destroyed Metropolis, killed Lois. Well, Clark kind of killed Lois, and
Mhm.
then Superman just flipped out, went down, ripped out the Joker's heart, and showed it to him. It was like the best scene in comics I've ever seen.
Kaliman.
And Batman's going, no! But it was really cool.
And then it
So,
just spirals
oh,
more and more out of control from there.
it really did. I mean, Spider-Man, Superman just decided he was going to, basically take over the world and say, no more war. If you do, you're going to answer to me. And it's been a cool series. I mean, it's really
Mm.
been strong. It's ongoing, and you've got a lot of characters who've died and who've changed sides, and it's cool. But so the season 4 or year 4 just started, and actually 6 months ago now. So I missed the first 3 issues, and then I have 4, 5, 6, and 7 that I was setting here. Kind of waiting on 1, 2, and 3. So now I have 7 books in this series to catch up on. So that's going to be my heavy reading for the next couple weeks. So
Stay focused.
yeah, yep. So that was my big one. I have one other one, but go ahead.
Okay. I picked up just because somebody told me that it's good.
I've heard different things. I haven't
Yeah,
picked it
it's
up.
somebody that they like several of the books that I like, or I like some of the stuff they do. So I was going to take a chance because it was, it's a $2.99 book, and it's still
Yeah,
the first issue that was still just sitting there. So hey,
that's cool. Well, let me know how it is, because I definitely loved Lobo, the original Lobo,
hmm
the main man.
well,
You
and
know?
they explained it to me though. They changed the character has changed with the times. Like the Lobo that we all know and love is the Lobo from the late 80s and 90s,
But
right?
he's awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing not good about Lobo.
But that character doesn't appeal to new readers.
They're wrong.
I know. But if you go into it like that and just do this new one as a fresh take on the character, people say that it's better. But whatever. I'm gonna give it a
Okay.
shot.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know. All right. Well, my big try this week with DC, because I'm, the thing that I've been trying not to do is I've been trying not to buy DC books.
Right.
But they slipped it in my poll, and I think it was because I've been getting some of the covers. I got DC Bombshells #1.
Okay, cool.
So I love the cover,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it does look like an interesting story. The interior art is
I got a bombshell for you.
the interior art is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, especially there.
Oh, well.
You got some Wonder Woman, whatever going on. So it's it looks interesting because it does look like it's set back in the 40s. So I don't know. We'll see. I may or may not continue.
Okay. All right. Next for me is like 3 books that are 1 book. Okay.
Okay.
It's the new book, or the new this week is Green Arrow 43.
Okay.
And I got it because I wanted the bombshell cover, Black Canary.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this is that's beautiful. So,
Oh yeah, I like that. And they're doing a lot of those. I saw the Catwoman had a bombshell cover, and there were a couple other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nice.
And because of that, I had to go and get issue 42 because I didn't get 42 before. So
yeah.
Now I can read the story just like you.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for my DC books for the week. So, did you have one more?
I got 2 more DCs.
Oh, 2 more. Okay.
2 more. This is my make or break issue for this book. Either I like this one and I stay on it, or I'm done, because the last issue completely changed the book, and I was just like, "What are y'all doing?" So, Justice League United #12.
Interesting. I'm surprised that's lasted this long.
Well, I liked it before, like up to issue 10.
Yeah.
I liked that team. Like, that team was fun. It was kind of fun what they were doing.
Yeah.
But then they changed it last issue. I don't know. I don't know. Well,
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Let me know. It'd be good to have a review on that for this week so that people kind of know, stay with it, don't stay with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime a book takes a side path like that, it's good for us to write a review up and just have it out there for people. Especially when we have our star count on there, we say, well, it's a 2. I mean, if this would have been, the last 12 issues, I would have given it a 5, but this issue goes off of there and I don't like it, or I do like it, or whatever.
Right.
So.
Yeah, since it is, I see what you're saying. I'll make that happen.
Okay, cool.
All right, my last DC book.
Oh, yeah. I like the cover.
43. Yeah, Mr. Bloom. Cool. Mr. Bloom.
Mr. Balloon.
Bloom.
Oh, okay.
Like a flower.
Okay. You can tell I read Batman.
Yeah. Couldn't she just come back and, like, control him?
Was that Poison Ivy?
Mm-hmm.
You would think. Maybe he's her son.
No.
Oh, come on.
I looked.
Why not? There's no continuity.
He's like a creature.
Okay. Well, we just watched Batman and Robin, which is by far the best Batman movie, right? Ever. I love it. I mean, it's so campy and corny. It was
Holy rusted metal, Batman.
I love it. It's the modern version of the old 60s TV show. It really was. So but it was just funny. It was just stupid, and
it was better than Batman Forever.
I don't know. I've seen Batman Forever so many times. I love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. That was just I really did. But
they took the neon to like too far,
yep.
Too much neon.
But you had Tommy Lee Jones. You had I mean, it was an all-star cast. It was fun. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say that if they're on, I'm not going to watch it.
Right. And, when it came out in theaters, I was in line to watch it. So,
I did too. Yeah. It was like opening weekend.
Yeah, it's funny because now we get off on a tangent talking about movies, but it's funny how now it seems like if we're gonna make a Batman movie, it's got to be a dark Batman movie, and he's got to
Dark
talk like
Batman.
this, and
Mhm.
he's got to be all, I'm gonna get you, Uh, but back in the '80s and the '90s and the early 2000s, it could be fun, and which is what Batman, the original series was all about. And I don't know, the original Batman movie with Michael Keaton was excellent.
Yes.
That was one of the best ones so far. I liked Christian Bale in the first Batman Begins.
Hmm.
Um, kind of in the second one, it was the Dark Knight
Yeah.
Rising
Which no the
Returns,
yeah.
and then I wasn't so much for the third movie. I think I've only seen it once,
Oh,
but
I've seen it. I've seen it a lot.
yeah, I don't know. He was okay, but I just feel like he tried too hard, and it was just too dark. Like Batman needs to have, yes, a dark side, but he also needs to have a little bit of light, something to bring that dark. you know so you have this bat spectrum, right?
Yeah.
And you can't have the bat spectrum be clear over here because you got to have balance. And
You can
the
have you can yeah. They just basically need like to do a proper Robin.
right, yeah, because that's really the balance for Batman.
Yeah. You could have
So
him be dark and brooding and everything, as long as you had like a Dick Grayson or a Tim Drake over
not a
there.
Damian Wayne.
No, nobody would have a clue who he was.
No, no. All right, you have one more DC book
I have no, I have a crossover. I have a company crossover, but I'll wait and do that later.
for DC.
Yeah, them and somebody else.
Really?
Yeah, but I'll do it when we
Oh,
do this somebody else.
oh, okay, okay. Hmm. I must have missed that one. Okay. How about let's look at Dark Horse.
Go for it.
So I'll tell you, Dark Horse has. They don't have a lot of good. A lot. I'm sorry. They don't have a lot of books. They
Hmm.
maybe put out 4 or 5 new books a week. Not a huge amount. You think about that. What's that? $20? 20 books a month. $20 a month. 20 books a month.
Yeah,
Not a huge population of books, but they have some really great stuff. You know, um,
quality over quantity.
Harrow County is an excellent series. Really,
Hmm.
really good. Cullen Bunn writes this. The artwork is just really great. I really like the detail of this series. You know,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
yeah, just cool. It's about this girl, and she's just turned 18. Her name's Emmy, and her in Harrow County, the county, there was a witch there 18 years ago, and the people of the community hung her, burned her, killed her on this tree, and the tree is right outside of Emmy's house. So now that Emmy was born, the year after, now she's turned 18. The witch cursed that group and said, "I'll be back to seek my revenge." Well, Emmy has shown the signs and she has powers of the witch, so they're hunting her now. Even her dad is hunting her. And so in issue 4, we have this skin walker creature thing that is like a muscle boy with no skin.
Oh,
And
looks like a Titan.
yeah, well, they
Hmm.
call him Haints,
Yeah,
Haint.
like from Attack on Titan. There's a
Oh,
Titan
yeah,
that
yeah.
looks like
I
that.
haven't seen it, but yeah, I've seen the things. But it's really cool. The story's been great so far because it's really about her trying to understand the world that she's all of a sudden being introduced to.
Mhm.
The issue 3 had a great scene where she was running through the woods with this black girl who was there to help her, and it's set like it almost seems like maybe in the '60s, like the mid to late '60s.
Mhm.
So it's farm country, and people are kind of a little more ignorant in some ways. But her and this girl are running through
It's
the
a
woods trying
period
to get
piece.
away. It is. It's good, but they come to this graveyard, and all of these haints, all of these spirits come up out of the graves, and they're these glowing skeletons, and they basically try to tell Emmy, which way to go, and she just basically tells them, "No, let me through,"
Yeah,
and then they
freaking
listen
out.
to her. They listen to her. It's pretty cool. So
Oh wow.
great stuff. This is a good series. If you're not reading this, I think this has already been picked up to be a TV series.
Oh wow.
So pretty cool. And it's only 4th issue, but Cullen Bunn's doing a great job. Tyler Crook works on this too. He does the art and the lettering, and it's just an excellent one. So I would definitely recommend Harrow County if you're a fan of, um, kind of the coming of age story, but also witch and witchcraft. If you like Sabrina, this is maybe a little less dark than Sabrina, but there's still a lot of solid story to this, so it's worth reading. Okay, you have any Dark Horse books?
I do not.
Oh, okay, I got one more then.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was this. I think this was this week's. Now, this was a cool book, and just for the layout of it, it's called Atom Point 3, and this book is laid out like this.
Oh, wow.
So you read it sideways, which is pretty cool. So it's bound at the top, and it's got really nice, full page back cover. And it says Atom.3 Survival, and it's called Seeds at the bottom here. And when you open up the cover, it explains what Seeds is. Seeds is survival, enemy, epidemic, death, and sacrifice. So it looks like an interesting story.
Is that number one?
This is number one. Just came out this week.
Okay.
Yep. It's written by Scott Collins, and he also does the artwork. And I wanted to read the foreword here because I thought this was really interesting, and maybe it'll get people interested in the book. Cool. He says, I hope Jack Kirby would be proud of this book, or Barry Windsor Smith, John Byrne, Dave Sim, Mike Mignola, Frank Miller, or any of my other artistic heroes. These amazing talents created new books from nothing except their own ability. They rose or fell by their merits alone. This is me doing the same, and it is a daunting task. I've never worked so hard or cared so much, so thank you for giving this a try. I hope you like it too. And then he says, heart to my family and friends who've helped me every step of the way. This book's dedicated to Ben, Alex, and Riley. But it's really cool that he called, he basically says, these people are my heroes. They've done this before. I wanted to do the same thing and create my own series. So I would recommend going out and checking this out. The artwork inside is just like on the cover. It's just amazing. Definitely, Kirby-esque, just classic comic. This is a really cool scene with the elephants and the animals and stuff.
Oh, wow.
I mean, very, very detailed. A lot of good story here. So I'm going to read this and check it out, and I'm going to put this on my poll because I thought this was just really cool. So
that's cool.
Okay. That's it for Dark Horse this week.
What you got next?
I've got one book from Avatar Press.
Go ahead.
So I've been reading this one. This is Providence, Alan Moore's Providence. And as crazy as Alan Moore is sometimes, and as opinionated as he definitely is, this is an excellent book. It is set in an H.P. Lovecraftian society, kind of a world. So it's set back in like the early 1900s, and it's very interesting. You have little pieces of different Lovecraft stories. You've got a reporter who's chasing these stories and just trying to find out what's going on, and it's pretty cool. And yeah, there are some big monsters in it sometimes. So the covers are beautiful. They have some wraparounds. They have some different ones, but I really like this one this week just because you get the character here looking up at the big monster, and it's just a neat perspective piece. So
yeah, it's crazy.
It's interesting, and the artwork inside is very detailed. There's one of the detailed shots.
Wow.
So this is Alan Moore and Jason Burrows that they're working on this. Jason Burrows does the artwork, and it's pretty good.
Awesome.
All right.
Monsters. Kind of looked like 1602. Angela.
Sort of. Yeah, definitely. And I don't know. Who did the artwork on that one?
Don't know. So I don't know. I got it sitting somewhere, but I don't know.
That's Richard Isanova.
Okay.
But yeah, similar.
Kind of like texture feel or something.
Yeah, similar artwork. So cool. I just pull it off my shelf, and I have to put it back on the shelf. Well, whatever. I'll just throw it right there.
Good.
Okay. Boom and Archaea. Definitely some great books and some great imprints. The creator-owned side is Archaea, and then Boom has some great series. So they have two books that are out right now, and one just came out week before last, and it's Hacktivity season 2 or volume 2. which is Alyssa Milano working with a couple other guys to do this book, and that's excellent. And then you have Bruce Boxleitner from Tron, who is doing Lantern City. And Lantern City is a really cool book. This is set in kind of a steampunk society. You have a definite caste system dividing the society.
Mm-hmm.
You have this guy who works kind of in the lowest class, and they're the miners and the workers. And he gets caught up in the middle of this revolt. And one of what they call the Red Guard, which is the guards for the people up in their ivory towers, um, the Red Guard gets killed. Well, this guy, in the heat of the battle, is told to put the armor on. So he puts on the
Mm-hmm.
armor and becomes one of the Red Guard. And
Oh,
just
I remember you told me about
yeah,
this.
and he turns out to be like a captain of the Red Guard, which he was like, oh, so it was pretty cool. This is issue 4 now. At the end of issue 2, he goes back to the Red Guard to this guy's house, and he's like, oh, okay, now I can finally come in here and relax. And he walks in the door, and he's very white, black hair. He walks into this house, and the Red Guard guy had a wife and a kid, and they're black. And so he's like, how do I explain this?
Mm-hmm.
So
Oops.
it's interesting because you've got her actually in episode 3 or issue 3 helping him out and basically saying, we're depending on each other now.
Mm-hmm.
If I die, you die. If you die, I die. So I want to make sure you stay alive. So I'll do whatever I can to help you out, as long as you can help me get out of here. So it's been pretty good.
So did
Um,
she not like her original husband that much at all, or something? She just kind of got over the fact that he's dead and whooped crap.
yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. It's like, that's too bad, but it's all about survival now. So
I guess.
yeah, so it's interesting. You probably still pick up issues 1 through 3. I really like the art in this one, and it's the writing. So Matthew Daly and Bruce Boxleitner were co-creators along with Trevor Crafts, and this issue is written by Matthew Daly and Marguerite Scott, and then the illustrations are done by Carlos Magno. It's really worth reading.
Yeah.
Definitely a good one.
Cool.
Okay. Um, this week, so I got some more back issues for this one too. Arcadia is an excellent. It was an excellent first issue. I picked it up. It's about this plague claimed mankind, so there's a huge bunch of the population that all died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right before they died, scientists figured out a way to download everybody's brains into this computer system. So what you have now is you have 2 societies. You have the living society on Earth,
Mm-hmm.
and they're very minimum, like 1/10 of the population or 1/100th of the population of what was there before. So they're spread out all over the place, and the main group is up in the Arctic, and they basically have this camp this like fortress where they have Arcadia, which is a huge set of servers, and Arcadia is the servers that house everybody's minds. So this world called Arcadia is where
Mm-hmm.
everybody lives. Well, they have their own political system and everything, so people can jack in or whatever from the regular world into that world, and they kind of have this political back and forth, and it's interesting because the rationing of resources on Earth has to kind of carry over, like how much electricity can we commit, how much space can we commit, how much personnel can we commit to maintain these servers. And
Mm-hmm.
of course the people inside don't want to die, even though they're just copies of themselves.
Right.
So it's an interesting storyline. So I had picked up issue 1, I'd missed issue 2, and then I got issue 3. Of course I couldn't read 3 without 2, so I finally got issue 2 this week from somebody on eBay, which was pretty cool. So I got issue 2. I have issue 3 to read, and then issue 4 just came out today. So
Awesome.
I love the covers. I mean, the covers is
Yeah,
just so
that's
much
crazy.
going on, even just for a couple colors. They really do a great job with the layout, and I mean, it draws your eyes to different points. So I have a little catch up to do on that book, but it's a cool story. So definitely worth reading if you like kind of the sci-fi-ish, I don't know, neo-political struggle of humanity against
And it
machines.
sounds cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, one more Boom book. This is regular Boom, not Archaea, and it's the finale of Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return.
Woo.
And we'll see if they actually defeat Chuck Denomalos, who went back in time and basically usurped their place as the Great Ones. So he went back and became the Great One and took over, made their songs, took their girls, took their life. And so this is the wrap up to it. So it looks pretty cool. You've got on the cover, a robot station fighting an evil robot. Yeah, I guess that's evil robot Bill and Ted that he's fighting. You can see the two heads over there. So it's pretty cool. But this is the big finale, so we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay.
Never gonna get another movie.
Bill and Ted's awesome. I mean, and this series has been so funny, just so many jokes and stuff. And the nice thing is, it's not all one story. So they'll have the main Bill and Ted story, and then they'll do like another. Well, I guess maybe not in this one. Maybe it's just all the one story. But the last couple issues, there's been a couple other little stories in the back, which have been pretty fun. So it's neat. All right. How about IDW?
Yep. You got one.
Okay. Well, I know you didn't get this one, so I'll do that one. X-Files season 11, number 1 came out today. So
Nice.
Continuing on the story, even though they're doing the series again with 6 issues, they're going to continue doing this. So been some really interesting revelations in the last season 10 that they did in the books. So I've really liked this so far. Just cool. I always liked X-Files, and it was nice to see him continue the story in the comics. So
nice.
Okay, what you got?
Yeah. I got Star Trek Green Lantern.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't get that one.
Yeah, I really liked the first issue. It was pretty straightforward. Somebody was chasing the Guardian and pretty much killed him, but before that, kind of transported himself to a different universe or something. Weren't really clear on that. But then the Enterprise finds him, and he's got all the rings. So
okay.
He's dead, but as soon as they activate the rings, like they throw some energy at them, electricity or something, zap them with something, and they activate, and then just go around finding people worthy of them.
In the Star Trek universe.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
That's really cool. And then the end of the first issue, Hal Jordan shows up.
Nice.
So we're gonna see, and it looks like we get Sinestro in this issue. So.
That's cool. And is that Kilowog in there too? Look like.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
Got a Guardian in the back. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the first issue was good. It was pretty straightforward, and the art's good too. So it's worth a pickup if you like either one of those two franchises.
Who's writing that one?
This is being written by Mike Johnson, and Angel Hernandez is doing the art.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I have 2 other IDW books. Both are first issues. I wanted to try them out. The one I kind of read about, so I sort of know what about. The other one I have no idea, but I just thought it looked cool. Sometimes I'm just like, hey, this looks cool. I'll buy it. So String Divers is number 1, came out this week. I like the cover. It's kind of cool, with the sort of the negative space around, and then it almost looks like maybe it's about time travel-y kind of stuff. I don't know for sure, but I'll read it and know some more. Ashley Wood writes it. Ashley Wood is a creator and art director. Chris Rial and Nelson Daniel are the storytellers. So it looks pretty interesting. It says String Divers effect requires cause. So it kind of sounds to me like some kind of time related stuff. So we'll see. Yeah. Something to try out. If I don't like it, I'll just drop it, like I did the other IDW book that I didn't like.
You don't know until you try.
Yep. The other one that I picked up, number 1, and again, just a really cool cover, is Boy 1. And I like the cover. I like the use of kind of the glowing pills and everything. It's an interesting looking book. But this one, I can't remember what this one is about either. But this is written and created by H.S. Tack, and there's art by Amanke Nahuelpan. Pretty cool detail in this. Let me see if I can find one that's you can kind of see.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, it
neat.
looks good.
So yeah, it's good, and there's it just looks like an interesting story. So we'll see. I liked I picked up a few number ones last week. I picked up John Flood number one and a couple other things, and really liked John Flood. That was an awesome book.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping these number ones pan out as well.
Cool.
All right, how about Top Cow and Image?
Yeah.
You have you have
See
one?
the same one.
I picked up last week's and this week's.
Okay.
So I picked up what was last week? Artemis was last week.
Artemis. Artemis was
So I
last week.
picked up the cool
Oh, cool.
sketch cover from last week,
Nice.
which I didn't even know what happened. I was like looking. I must have looked right over it. So I got that, and then yeah, you got this week's.
Follow. We got the same cover, right?
That
Yeah.
was the only cover I could see, so I didn't see another one, or I would have grabbed the other one.
There was another one. This is the. Who did this one? This is.
That's Stanchek or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
right?
So this is
Stepan
this is the
Sejic.
C cover. Steven. He said Steven's okay.
Steven Sejic. Okay, cool.
He's from like Croatia or something like that.
Yeah,
Ooh, next is Poseidon.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have
We'll
to pick
see how
that one
this
up.
is going. We're going to talk about these at some point.
Yeah, I like the whole Generation 9 is pretty cool.
Right.
I like that they're integrating because the Generation, Aphrodite 9 was always a future robotic kind of society, and you had the clones and that kind of stuff. And now they're bringing in the artifacts, which I really love. So they're just integrating that whole universe in the future, which is pretty cool. So, okay, well, let's dig into Image. I've got a bunch of Image books this week. One of my first ones is the Fade Out, and this is another one of those where I picked up. I was missing number 6 somehow. When I have it in my pull, I got 1 through 5 on my pull, and then all of a sudden 7's in there. I'm like, what happened to 6? And so I found that on eBay for like 99 cents from somebody, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
And then I have 7 to read.
Sweet.
And then 8 came out this week. So I love these covers. It's like a film noir kind of story. You have the actress who was killed, and now you got people trying to cover it up and people trying to uncover it, and all kinds of different stuff. You've got the girl who basically benefited from all that, who's now she's the big star, and just kind of how that's all coming down. It's pretty interesting. So,
cool.
And that is Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips on that. So definitely a good story. Yeah, pretty good.
First trade may be out now if it's up to 8, so I'll try to find
Should be. Yeah, 1 through 5 I think was in the first trade.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely worth it because you get those for what, $10?
Yep. Image.
So, yep, it's pretty cool. And I think the regular issues for this is one of those that is $3.50. So
yeah, not bad.
Little more reasonable. Yep. All right. What's your first one?
Of what?
Image.
Yeah, that was it.
You didn't have it. Oh, okay then. Man, all I get done doing is talking about all my comics. Okay, hold on here.
You buy a lot more than I do.
I know. All right, I got all of these to talk about, so we'll go through them pretty quickly. So right now, Drifter is out. So the next issue, that's Drifter number 7, and it's pretty cool. This has been an interesting story.
It's always awesome to look at.
Oh yeah, and it's funny on the back because you had 2 different UPC symbols, and they had trouble scanning them. So it was kind of funny. But it's a pretty good series so far. It's a sci-fi-ish kind of, he just fish out of water story. He doesn't know where he is, what he's doing. Time has passed in a different way, and there's just a lot of stuff going on this planet. It's pretty interesting.
Cool.
Descender. This has been great. Really, this very interesting build up. You had a robots revolt that was crushed at one point, and now these things are coming back to Earth, and everybody's scrambling to try to figure out how to stop them. And the only way to stop them is this little boy robot who seems to have the code that they want to unlock. And there's bounty hunters after him, and there's other people trying to find him to save the whole universe. So it's a pretty good series. This one is Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen.
Mm-hmm.
and it's good. It's a good one. Issue 7 finally came out for Dream Police, J. Michael Straczynski's book, and this is excellent. It's a cool, almost Matrixy kind of story, because you've got these guys who are dream police and they police people's dreams, and then you have people in the dreams who are like NPC kind of characters that just take part in dreams. And you've got Joe, what's his name? Like kind of like Joe Friday, basically, Joe Thursday. And he's just a typical detective, working the dream police beat, and doesn't really know how he became a dream police, doesn't know what happens when you stop being a dream police, but he is beginning to know something's not right. He had a partner in the first issue who was a guy, and then at the end of the first issue, that guy just disappeared and was replaced by a girl. And he's like, wow, nobody skipped a beat, just moved right on. Well, then as issue 3 and 4 progressed, he started seeing images of this guy. And at one point, he sees this guy appear in front of him and said, I need help. You got to find me. And so they've made this trip to like the Void or the Nether Realm or whatever to try to find him. So it's pretty cool. I want to see how that all wraps up. Walking Dead was out this week.
Yep, I saw that cover though.
Beautiful cover. Really like that.
Awesome.
Michonne's sword. With the death of Ezekiel in the last issue, that was the big thing. Ezekiel died. That was Michonne's kind of love interest. We'll see what happens, because Alpha and her whisperers, the humans who wear the skins of the walkers, this may be the beginning of another war. Because they have, not only do they have, a fairly large army of humans who dress up as walkers, but they have a huge
Stockpile of zombies.
Oh man. And who knows what's going to happen. I mean, Alpha has already said, I will destroy everything you've built. So we'll see. This should be interesting. I wish I would have read this one before we started talking tonight, just so I could talk about it. Shudder has been a great book. I really like this. It's about Kate Christopher, and she's like an adventurer with her dad. Thought she was an only child. Her dad disappears, finds out she's got all these siblings, and most of them are out to kill her. All kinds of weird, mysterious travels that she goes to do these different dimensions and tries to find her mom, and it's just crazy. There's animal people, and there's like these lion people that are hunting her. So it's really interesting that Joe Keating writes this. The artwork is pretty cool. Like here's one big scene.
Oh wow!
Like hopping all over the different buildings and stuff. It's pretty cool. So that's been a really good series. Rain has been pretty cool. This had some big reveals last issue. This is Rain number 7. The first 6 issues were really awesome. Number 6 really like shook everybody up because they thought they were living in a fantasy world. It was a fantasy type swords and sorcery world, and there were little things that were hinted at. Like there's like a robot thing, and then there's like this weird door that seems to be kind of a mechanical thing, and what's going on? Turns out they're on this giant ship in space.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's really cool. This has been a great series. But yeah, I just love the artwork on it is so cool.
Yeah.
So that's worth picking up. I think this is coming to the end of Odyssey, and this is Matt Fraction and Christian Ward, kind of the gender bending version of the Odyssey by Homer. So you have the whole thing with Odysseus and everything, and it's all the characters are female, the gods are female, because basically males have been removed from the equation.
Right.
So it's kind of different. It's complicated in the way that it's written. Like here's one of the. I mean, you can just see how crazy everything is on the pages, but the artwork is cool, and it's a pretty interesting story. And my last image book, which I only have a little stack of other stuff, is Injection. And Injection is pretty cool. This is kind of a sci-fi fantasy stories. You've got some weird rocks that seem to, have some special powers to maybe be able to bring in the fantasy realm into our world, but create it out of our thoughts instead of actually really having a fantasy world. I don't know. This is the fourth issue, and I'm still figuring out what the book's about. But it's pretty cool. It's really good. It's a Warren Ellis book, so it's a long play story anyway.
Right.
That's just the
Slow
way it
burn.
goes.
Slow burn.
Declan Shalvey does the art, and it's good. It's a good story. But same thing as with trees. It just takes forever. So, all right. How about Dynamite?
Nope.
No Dynamite books? All right. Swords of Sorrow continues. Picked up number 4 of 6, so we're coming down into the finishing up the second, third. This has been a cool story. It's all of the good girls and the bad girls of Dynamite getting swords and being pitted against each other for the fate of the universe. So it's pretty cool, and there's been a lot of spin-offs and stuff. So interesting stuff. And I got Vampirella and Army of Darkness. Vampirella and Ash facing off kind of against each other and with each other. So it's I don't know. It's been interesting. Issue 1 was fun. Anytime you get Ash in there,
right,
you got a lot of stuff going on. So it's pretty cool. But I just liked it because I like Ash and I like the whole Army of Darkness thing, and then Vampirella is an awesome series too. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a big Army of Darkness fan myself.
Yep. So then I got Oni Press.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then I'll let you talk about Marvel stuff. So with Oni Press, again, this is one of those where I had to go back and get some back issues. So I had issue 1, and then I had read issue 2 because we interviewed Xander Cannon on our show a couple months ago when issue 1 came out, and that was really cool. We'd already read issue 2, so we talked about that a little bit, and then I just didn't get issue 3, and then I got issue 4 in my pull. So I was like, well, I can't read issue 4 without getting issue 3. So I ordered issue 2 online, and then when I went to the shop today, I told the owner, I said, that list I sent you, I've got everything except for this. And he goes, oh, well, we got that one for you. So there's issue 3. Nice. So that was nice, and I have 4 already, and then 5 came out this week. So 5's just got a cool wraparound cover.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, wow. Really neat. And this is like Pacific Rim meets Orange is the New Black. So if you like either one of those, giant monsters and prison movies, Cool Hand Luke meets Godzilla and whatever, it's pretty cool. This is a good series, so it's just a lot of fun.
Shawshank and Godzilla.
Yep. So, all right. Okay, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. Had a little interruption in our service. Our last batch of stuff is for Marvel.
Marvel.
You have anything other than Marvel to talk about today?
Nope, this is all I have left.
All right.
Good, fun Marvel books.
So I have 3 non-Star Wars, 3 Secret Wars, and then I have 6 Secret Wars books.
Holy crap.
So
mine are all Secret Wars.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my first, I'll go ahead and do a couple. I'll do my 3 real quick then. Well, no, I'll do 1 and then you can do a Secret Wars.
Just go. Yeah, just go.
That's okay. I'll do 1. So Max Ride, First Flight. This is the final issue of this series, number 5. It's been a really good story. If you know any of the Maximum Ride books, James Patterson has created this universe where these kids with special powers and they have wings that pop out of their back and they can fly. It's really a neat story. So this is worth picking up if you're interested in that kind of stuff. It's kind of a teen drama thing with the whole sci-fi fantasy addition to it. So things like Insurgents or Divergent. What else?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Those kinds of books. If you're interested in those, this is something to pick up that you might really like.
Game of Hunger.
Okay.
Not to be confused with his parody, The Starving Games.
Right, which was completely stupid.
Oh,
okay. Talk about a book.
A-Force, number 3.
See, I didn't get that one.
You didn't get A-Force, man?
Nope.
We got the Baroness, the She-Hulk. There's portals popping up. She jumped through one the last issue. Now she's being confronted by Thors because she's not where she's supposed to be. It's craziness. It's craziness. And it's A-Force. The art's been great in this book, and it's I don't know, it's kind of been a fun book just seeing the all-female Avengers team here. I'm sure
Cool.
that this will carry over in some way post Secret Wars, some way somehow. There will be an
I would
all-female.
expect.
Okay,
Yep.
go.
Well, I like the whole Secret Wars thing, and we'll talk about that as we get into actual Secret Wars, because that came out this week too.
No.
I picked up Amazing Spider-Man 20.1. I know it's like, really, come on, but it has been an interesting series. You have the Wraith, the kind of the reintroduction of the Wraith, and Spider-Man and her kind of coming, bumping heads as she is working to take out the gang influence, first with Tombstone and then Hammerhead, and some of the different characters like that. So it's been interesting. I don't know. Is this will be the end of Amazing Spider-Man? I think this is the last one of this series. This is part 5 of what they call in Spiral, and
All those points.
yeah, this is the end. And then, so the nice thing is, it talks about the new books that are coming out. So there's
cool.
going to be an Amazing Spider-Man #1, and then Carnage #1. So there'll be 2 new series coming out with them. So something to look forward to. And now Jerry Conway's writing this, not Dan Slott. So that's kind of different. I don't know if Jerry's going to be.
That's only going to be for the Spiral because Slott is still on the new Amazing Spider-Man series.
Okay. So that's something to look
I
forward
don't
to.
know who's doing Spider-Man because that's Miles Morales' new book
Oh, okay.
in the 16 or 616 universe.
616, yeah. If there is such a thing.
Who knows?
Maybe it'll just be the Marvel Universe.
No,
All right.
it can't be.
What you got next?
I just thought for the day.
We have to leave the big one till last, right?
Right. Secret Wars 2099 issue number 4.
I got that one too.
Yep. I've liked this book. I mean, it's kind of been up and down. Like I didn't like 2 as much. 3 kind of picked it back up for me. So
yeah. Well, I'm not so keen on the whole like mind control of Captain America thing, and I don't know if I missed, because I read the original 2099, with Doom and Ravage and Spider-Man 2099, Punisher, all those back in the day, and they were really good. Ghost Rider,
Right.
Oh yeah, Iron Man, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess I missed where this all came from, where the female Captain America, who's like programmed to be, so she's just something new.
This is all new.
Okay.
This is just I don't remember it either at all. So to me, this whole thing is like characters we don't know because it's all.
Yeah, different. I mean Miguel. We know Miguel because there's Spider-Man 2099, but he's also now the leader of Alchemax, which is weird.
Right. So this is just all different. It's all different.
Yep. All right. Well, if you've listened this far, then maybe we could give you something for free.
Yeah.
So this week, Lando #2 came out, and Lando Calrissian, the scoundrel from Cloud City. This is kind of before he becomes that scoundrel. He's still a scoundrel, but he doesn't rule Cloud City yet. So it's an interesting story. Kind of leads you into who he is as a character. It's going to be a 5-issue miniseries. This is #2. So, as kind of celebration for the whole Star Wars release and everything, I do have a copy of Lando #1. If you didn't get a copy or your shop sold out, I can't imagine because there's like millions of copies of this. But this, I'm happy to give this away to anybody who comments on the page. That just all you got to do is say I love Lando, and we'll thank you. So be sure that's in your comment, and I'll send this out to you. We have a couple things to send. I think we have mini mates to send out and Ant-Man figure as well to send out to somebody. So we'll be doing that over the next week as well. But I do have Lando #1, just a regular cover, but still it's a free comic.
Yeah, so free Lando. It's Star Wars, everybody. It's Star Wars.
It is. And, this is a good book. I really like this series. I just happen to have 2 copies of it. All right. What's your next
one? Years of Future Past.
I don't have that one.
Issue number 4, right? Yes, 4. So, I mean, a lot of these books are now getting close to being finished for Secret Wars. A lot of the tie-in books and things like that.
Because they're all just running to 6, right?
I believe so. That's what I think. As far as I know. I mean, check that out. That's craziness.
Oh yeah,
Gotta
that's
love
cool.
it when there's sentinels. There's
Yep,
always sentinels in the years of future past. Days of
yep.
future past. But it's been a good story with Wolverine and his son, Kitty Pryde's daughter, kind of finding out that Wolverine was her dad.
Wow,
Yeah, so some fun revelations in this book.
it's interesting. I
Hmm.
think I picked up the first issue, but I just wasn't. I don't know. So who knows? I'll wait till they're all like 75 cents, and I can go back and pick them all up.
Right. Well, that's been my thing with like some of the X-Men titles that are tie-ins.
Yeah,
It's like they just didn't give a crap who. I don't know. It's like E is for Extinction and crap. Can't remember the other one. But the art's just not
Inferno,
awesome.
Inferno,
Yeah, I think Inferno's good. There's E is for Extinction and like the new
the
X-Men or something. Oh,
92.
no, mine too's good. I can't
Oh,
remember. There's like a couple of them that's just like just doesn't look that great.
okay.
So kind of sad.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll just start down through my.
Yeah, I got two. I got one left, and then the big one.
Okay, I got 4. So,
Okay,
um, Korvac Saga #3 is out this week.
that
Pretty
cover
good
looks cool.
series. Oh yeah, and if you like the Guardians of the Galaxy, either version,
Hmm.
the one with Yondu as a normal guy with his fin, or the one with Yondu as the crazy blue guy with no fin. This is a good series. So you have the crossover now of both teams. The original, what I consider the original Guardians of the Galaxy, Charlie 27 and
Hmm.
everybody, and then Peter Quill and his group. So they're all trying to find Korvac. They're trying to get everything straightened out with him and figure out what's going on with Battle World. And they just know something's wrong. So
Yeah,
it's been cool because this ties into Guardians 3000, which was really an interesting book because you had Gina, who is kind of the anomaly, Gina Drake, and I really felt like she was going to play a major part, and then it was kind of like this has just been sort of a throwaway book, I think, for a lot of people, but I think
yeah,
this is a key part of the whole Secret Wars thing, and it
yeah.
may be maybe one of the linchpins to kind of the whole thing becoming unhinged. So keep an eye on this Korvac Saga. It's worth reading. Okay, you have one more. You said
Oh no, I got. Go ahead and do one more, and then I'll do one.
Inhumans. I don't
I
know if that
missed
came
that.
out this week.
I think it did. I've missed this whole. Like, I didn't even pick the first one up, so I've missed this whole story.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, you have Black Bolt who can talk like a normal person, so that's kind of a different thing. He was a bartender at the Quiet Zone or the Quiet Zone, which was like the
Speakeasy.
yeah, sort of. It was almost like the neutral place for everybody.
Mm, I gotcha.
And now it's been raided, and they're all trying to catch the rebels who are kind of led by Black Bolt as Medusa's hunting them. So it's been pretty interesting. It's a good series.
Crazy. Okay, I got Star Lord and Kitty Pryde #2.
Me too.
All right.
Yep.
So this was pretty fun first issue. The
Yeah,
art's been pretty good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Artwork was good. Story was good. I was kind of surprised because I was, again, you have Peter Quill dropped in here, and Peter was one of the ones in the life raft or the whatever ship that Reed Richards created. So
Hmm.
he's from the regular universe before the destruction of everything and lived through the destruction and the rebuilding. And so when that got open and he came out, he's like, "Hey, what's going on? I don't know what this place is." And um, it's interesting because he sees Kitty and he's like, "Oh, Kitty, I'm loving you," and she's like, "I don't know who you are." Pops some
Yeah,
Wolverine claws, and
because
that's
right,
cool.
this is after what happened in Secret Wars issue #4, where everybody got split up.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to reading this one for sure.
Oh yeah.
And you didn't get Planet Hulk?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I like this series. It's been good.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Greenland, the Hulk world on Battle World, has been pretty cool. So this is a good one because this has Captain America and Devil Dinosaur, but you got to love
Nice.
Devil Dinosaur. I mean, just really cool
Hmm.
stuff. And Sam Humphries is writing this, so it's good. I liked it so far.
Cool.
All right,
The
big book of
last
the week,
one.
right?
Yep. They're pretty.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
warlords. They're
yeah.
fun.
Really like this cover. So it almost looks like you've got the conflict between um, all the different dooms in a way. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you got all the dooms in here, and you got the doom over here, the god doom. So, is it the conflict between his humanity and his godhood? And now he's kind of like, what do I do? I don't know. Or is the cover just the cover and it has nothing to do with the book? Um, we shall see. But pretty cool. So, what I did like in here, and I just had kind of skimmed through it before.
Yeah.
Um, in here, it talks about some of the Shield covers, 50 Years of Shield,
Yeah, just
and
I'm
the
looking at that now.
covers. But this is what I really liked in the Star Wars piece, because it talks about a new Star Wars series after Return of the Jedi. An empire lies shattered, and it's called Star Wars Shattered Empire.
Nice.
So that's going to be the connection between the Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens. So you're definitely going to have to get issues 1 and 2. That comes out in September from Marvel. Um, Greg Rucka is writing it. It should be really, really something that any Star Wars fan should get, because you really got to figure out, how do we make that connection? How do we get from the end of Return of the Jedi to the beginning of Force Awakens and make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be your connection. But yeah,
Rebuilding an empire and it's been destroyed.
yeah. It looks like Kanan #6 will be kind of the finale. We got Deadpool versus Thanos coming out. That just looks crazy.
Yeah.
Captain America White is finally
Yeah.
going to be released.
I'm really pumped for that.
Yep. Civil War 3 is coming out, and then this one I'm looking forward to because I love Jim Zub, and Figment 2 just looks. I mean, Figment 1, the original Figment series was so great, and it was one of those, like, it was the first Disney Kingdom book. First issue sold out like crazy. You could not find it anywhere. And it's got a great little character in Figment here, the little dragon, the purple dragon guy. A really cool storyline that they've created this universe behind. So to have a sequel, it's something to look forward to. But what else? Old Man Logan has been good. I haven't been reading Last Days of Ant-Man. But yeah, then they're of course promoting the new Secret Warriors, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming up. That's going to be coming back out September 29th. So
Yeah.
lots of stuff going on. Wow, that was a lot of books this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of books.
Yep.
Well, and we've been lucky the last 2 weeks. It seems like there haven't been, like, we've had a little bit of a lull in the amount that have come out, but yeah, this week stepped it back up again.
Yep, for sure. So I've got some books that we can talk about in another show, a couple of those, and I'll have to see what I can do to get you a copy so you can kind of look them over. And so a bunch of other stuff coming up that we're working on, both with the site, with comicbook.com, and with our group, with Two Comic Book Dudes. Check us out on Facebook. We have our own page, so just type in Two Comic Book Dudes, and you'll find us, and all of our videos are posted there. We're also on YouTube, obviously, the Comic Book YouTube channel, and we have our own little playlist there, so all kinds of stuff there. We do unboxing videos, which we'll have some more of those probably next week. Should have. I'm hoping we're going to get Geek Fuel this month. We'll definitely get Comic Block, Loot Crate, and maybe Nerd Block. I'm not sure. A couple other companies I've reached out to, and we'll see if they respond. I've tried to get the Wizard World to do the Comic-Con in a box thing, but didn't get a response from them. So, and you're getting Comic Block right this year, or this month? Okay,
for August.
So that'll be good. And I have some video game stuff that we want to talk about in another show. Some of the stuff that we got in some of the different boxes that I've finally loaded up and played that are pretty fun. So,
cool.
Yeah, that's about it for this week. So,
yep. Big long list of books. A lot of reading ahead of us.
Yep. Well, we hope that, by us reading some of the stuff, you get interested in it, or you can kind of see whether it's something you're interested in or not. let us know in the comments what you're reading, what we might not be picking up. I can't imagine we're not picking it up, but you never know because we don't buy all the books, even though it seems that way.
Not at all.
Um, but we do appreciate you taking the time to listen or watch us. Hopefully, there's been some good information. But definitely leave some comments, share, like, subscribe. If you subscribe, then you won't miss when we put up a new article or a new video. It'll definitely hit you right away. Check out our website, comicbook.com, see all the new content every day. Big changes coming up soon in the next couple months. We're going to have some kind of overhaul to the look and feel of the site, and there'll be some new faces as well. So we try to get some new writers in. So all that good stuff coming up.
Yep. Thanks
Yep.
for watching, everybody.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Thanks a lot. See you next week.